Hello, everybody. Been a while since we've been to the test world. So, about a year ago, I made a Ferris wheel and showcased it and said I would make a tutorial for this thing. And instead of making a tutorial, I tore it down. I have no idea why. Uh, so, let's make that tutorial that was promised like over a year ago. So when I tore it down, I didn't have a saved copy of it. This is a recreation, and it looks like it works about the same. So let's go through it real quick. We have an on and off lever. It will finish its cycle out before it actually stops, so it doesn't stop immediately. We have a clock here that times it to send a signal to these flying machines to kick off their next rotation. And then we have 4 flying machines, 2 different styles. The 2 in the opposite corners are the same type. So these 2 are the same, and these 2 are the same. And it's got cauldrons for you to sit in and ride along. So, how do we make this thing? First thing, before we start, just know that when you're working on flying machines, it's very easy to set them off on accident, especially if you have observers and you're updating things in front of them. So, to stop them from moving, obsidian is what you're going to need. There's 2 pieces in each corner that are used to stop it and rotate it, and then each machine, while you're working on them, you can just put 2 more on the inside as well, so they can't push in any direction, up, down, left, or right. So the slime block here that has the 2 pistons pushing into it, that's what you're going to lock down on all 4 of these. On this one, we need that and that. So that's how you lock them down when you're working on them, so that they're not going to fly away on accident. We'll get there. Okay. On this build, anything that is in obsidian is a block that needs to be unable to be pushed by pistons or grabbed by slime blocks. And anything that is copper is just building block. Everything else, build it out of whatever you see here. Okay, so let's get started. First, we are going to need our clock and control mechanism here. That is actually one that can be copper. That doesn't need to be obsidian. Okay, so our controls here, we're going to put down 2 pieces of redstone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repeaters into a block with a torch on it, and then 6 more repeaters, all of them on max delay except for the last one is going to be the standard delay. And that's going to go into a block. And 2 off to the side with redstone on top. And you'll put a lever and a button here. The button is going to be to rotate them 1 cycle. There you go. So they'll just move to the opposite corner. You'll get the 2 on the bottom up to the top and the 2 on the top down to the bottom. Hit the button again to cycle it again. And then whenever you want, you can hit the lever and that will release the clock and just let it keep going. Okay, so let's build that over here. 2 redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repeaters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 repeaters. Max delay for all of them except for the last one. Going to get a block there and a torch into it. We'll get a block there, 2 more. Going to put a block on top of here to break these 2 lines. And then we're going to have our control panel. And a button there. Okay, there's our clock. To stop the clock, hit the lever. That will take a moment for that to go all the way through, but once it's done, there you go. You've got your clock and your control mechanism. Next, we're going to need this torch tower here. It's important that this one's obsidian so that the slime doesn't grab it and pull it. I think you can also use the glazed terracotta. I believe that's also unable to be grabbed by slime. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks with torches on top. Third one is obsidian. Let's do that now. Off to the side here. One, two, three, four, 5. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Next, we're going to need to make our lower arm here that's going to kick off the bottom machines with the timer. That is going to have a repeater on full delay. 3 blocks more for redstone, and then a cross beam here. That's going to go 3 towards that machine, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 towards this machine. Okay, so repeater max delay. 1, 2, 3. Redstone on top. 2, 3. Out this way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out this way. Okay. Next, we're going to need some glass here. Or you could use slabs, really whatever you want, as long as it's going to go up. Make a little C shape here, and then 1 block of obsidian there. Redstone on top of all of it. Okay, other side, we just need a little block that goes up by 1. That. There we go. Okay. Then, let's make our top timing control arm. Just on top of that last torch in the tower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normal blocks. These 2 do have to be obsidian so they don't catch on slime or glazed terracotta. We're going to go up 1 here and then up another one that must be obsidian or glazed terracotta. Okay. How many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Then obsidian. That. Obsidian like that. Redstone across the top of all of it. Just like that. Okay. We have our control arms. Now we have the hard part, the flying machines. Again, make sure that you do not update anything in front of these observers while you are working, or you will kick off the machine prematurely and potentially break it. So, again, you can either lock down the machines with extra obsidian, or just be very careful not to change anything in front of an observer. That will include things like turning off the redstone, or even if you wait for that to get out of the way here. Even if you don't put a signal through it, but you update the shape of the redstone, That counts. That will kick the machine off. Okay, so let's... Actually, you know what? Oh, I'm going to continue. We're doing this in a single cut in case you didn't notice. I didn't realize my mouth isn't working. That's okay. Okay, so we need to start with this machine here. We're going to have 3 slimes. Let's actually first start with how this is aligned. Do an observer looking at this redstone, piston up, piston to the outside, another observer looking out. Let's do that now. Observer, piston up, piston out. And then here is another observer. I don't have the slime blocks attached yet, so I don't care if I update this observer removing the block. It'll kick that piston, but it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, next. We're going to do 3 slime blocks. Like that. We're going to do another observer, piston, piston, observer. This one's going to be facing out, facing piston pushing in, piston pushing down, observer looking out. Okay. So, temporary block, observer looking out, observer looking out. We need this piston going here, and this piston going here. While you're building these, if you lose track of which way these pistons go, you're going to have 2 pistons pushing into a slime block on each side. Either these 2 pushing here, or these 2 pushing here to help you keep those straight. Okay, so you're also going to have 3 slime here. That completes the flying machine mechanism for this one. You can also put 2 cauldrons on there. These will be your seats. You can do other things too if you want, or not have that at all. That's up to you. And then finally, we need to have the stopping blocks, which are going to be centered on these 2 right here. Just like that. And then if you want to lock it in place while you're working, in case you update something on accident, you can do that. Then, you know, if you accidentally hit a button, mess up your redstone, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay. Next machine. Might be a little difficult to do that from there because I destroyed the machine with the example here. So, what we're going to need to do is this one and this one are going to be the same. And then this one and this one over here are also going to be the same. But they won't be the same as the ones directly across from each other, just diagonally. So we need an observer here. And we're going to need an observer there. So you can see these 2 go diagonally this way. These 2 go diagonally this way. We are going to need pistons off of these. That. So they are going to push inward. And then we're going to have 2 pistons that push the other way, like that. And then we're going to need 1 observer. Need 2 observers. They are going to go off of the ends of these. So there and there. Those are not hooked up to slime yet, so they are safe. Just like that. And then we are going to need slime there and slime there. Okay. And then our stop blocks, those are going to be in line with the other stop blocks. Just on that slime like that. Okay. Now we need to repeat that again, but for the other 2 corners. Lining those up, you're going to need an observer looking at this. Redstone right here. And the other one's going to go right there. Okay. Then you will need this piston looks this way. This one pushes into the same block. Then attached to those same pistons, you're going to have 2 pistons that look into each other like that. And then put some observers there and there. They're looking this way. And some slime blocks. Let's see. We're going to do that way and that way. Okay. And last machine, same as this one over here. So we're going to have an observer. Oh, almost forgot. Stop blocks. These need stop blocks in that corner there. We're going to put the locks on these guys too, on the interior. And our cauldrons on top, so you can ride it. Just like that. These... Yeah, that's fine there. Okay. Final pieces here. We're going to need server there. And it goes the same way as this one. So observer there. That. Then we need slime. Well, we'll do our pistons. So a piston here. And a piston here looking into the same block. And a piston here. And a piston here looking into the same block. And then we've got our observers. This can actually go there. So that they're on the end like that. We will attach our slime. Go. And then our stop blocks in line with the others. There we go, just like that. And our lock blocks there temporarily. There we go. So that should be the machine. Um, Once we remove the interior locking blocks, this button will work. So we'll go ahead and do that and test it out. Make sure we got everything working. Removing the 2 obsidian on the inside of each. Hit the button. There we go. So those will do 1 rotation from one corner to the opposite for each machine every time you hit the button. Just like that. And then if you hit the lever, the machines will take a second to kick off, but they will continue to go on their own. And if you get in the cauldron, you can actually ride it. There you go. And to turn it off again, just flip the lever and those will stop on their own. Okay, so this is just a basic design. I'm sure you could clean up the redstone a little bit or change the shape a little if you wanted to, make a particular design, particular layout for it. But that is going to be the tutorial. I hope this has been helpful for you, and thanks for stopping by.